Hello, welcome back to another episode of ERBOW Behind the Scenes. Today we will be talking about ERBOW 3. And if you don't know already, I'm Butterfly Identity.
And I'm Blixemy.
And we are the creators of Epic Rap Battles of Warriors, an internet show where we pit cats against each other. Literally cat rap battles. Sometimes I look at myself and I'm like, this is what I'm doing with my life.
This is what I've become.
This is my final form and I'm completely okay with it. All right, ERBOW 3, Mistyfoot versus Whitestorm.
Whitestorm.
So the story behind this one is I was not in the country. I went to China for an extended period of time, but we were still like, let's do ERBOW overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is the first international. No, technically it's always international.
This is true because we are in different countries, so it's an international collaboration.
Ah, that is beautiful.
There are time zones involved. That isn't like 2 hours. It's like 12 hours or like 13 hours.
Yeah, and it wasn't just, I don't even know where I was going with that, but I stayed up late a lot.
I also stayed up late a lot. Or like I would run away from my family.
Goodbye, family. Time to ERBOW.
No, seriously though, but I would like try to explain to my like aunts in my like very broken Chinese like what I'm doing. I'm like, I need to write. And she's like, what are you writing? I'm like, oh. I was like, don't worry about it. It was a struggle. But anyways, so Mistyfoot versus Whitestorm. So again, we sat down and we were like, well, we did girls for the first one. We did guys for the second one. We should do a mixed gender one. Like we should do a guy versus a girl.
Mm-hmm. And the original plan actually wasn't even Mistyfoot. It was always going to be Whitestorm. And then we were like, okay, well, what's another really good deputy that's been, on par with him? And I think it was you who brought it. Russet first. Is their name?
No, it's Russet Fur.
Russet Fur. And then we're like...
I remember because you were like, no, she's evil, though. We should save her for like...
I didn't know she was evil at first. I was like, cool. And then I'm like, wait, right. So then we thought, well, it's probably going to be overwhelmingly, biased towards Whitestorm. There's a lot more on him. Everybody loves Whitestorm. So like, hey, we got to do a different deputy because that's just not a good match. So then I think it was you actually who brought up Mistyfoot. Mm-hmm. And then we're like, oh, that's perfect. Like, they're related. They're both, like, good deputies and stuff. So we're like, hey, that's the one.
Oh, yeah, by the way, we know they're related.
Oh, God, yeah, there's comments.
Every comment is like, did you know they're cousins? And I'm like...
It was in the rap. They literally said cousins.
Yeah, she was like... Ooh, cuz, do you want to... Yeah. Like, what was the line? It was... She mentioned that they were cousins. Like, we know. Shh.
But thank you for letting us know.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
And you wrote Mistyfoot, and I wrote Whitestorm.
Yes. And there are actually two demos that we're going to show you. One of them is like the first... And the only thing different about the first demo is Whitestorm's second verse is different. Yeah, so you wrote like two versions of it. The first one... This is when we started getting serious. We're like, we can't like write... poorly. Not to say that you did.
No, but it was a lot slower. And, I think that the second time we did it, it had a lot, like, because I was just kind of writing slow, kind of like the same of Breeze Pelt Lion, whatever it is. It was a lot slower, but Selena's like, this one's a little bit more beat. And I'm like, you're right. And so I went back and sped it, like made it, put more words in and quickened up a little bit. And I'm really proud of it to this day. So I think it was a good call.
Actually, I think this one might be our best one.
I am a huge, and you know what? This one, we decided not to swear in this one.
Right, because they're classy.
Right, because they're classy deputies. I'm like, oh, they don't swear. And this is the one I showed my parents because I'm like, this one doesn't swear and they won't judge me. And they're like, you're literally writing about rapping cats. I'm like, well, I thought that was going to turn out better, but that's what I do with my life. Thank you for the support. But yeah, so this one is the one I show people because I'm like, no swearing, yay!
No swearing.
Yeah.
So we wrote it, and I was like, this is awesome. And we sent it out, and everything worked out really well, which is like always awesome, with the voice actors. They got in their parts, and bam, it was
there.
Up.
It is,
and still to this day, it is in its shining, crowning glory.
But
So funny. Okay, so we're going to actually show you in what order do we want to do this in? Well, I'll show you like the final demo that we decided with the lyrics, and then I'll just show you the verse.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That was like, the verse that was different, and you can see sort of how our writing process evolves, sort of, how we sometimes decide to scrap like verses or lines or just, and how we like would record it in succession, and you sort of get an idea of how this works.
Right.
Okay, so we're going to play it.
From all the clans and all the cats out there to battle against me, they pick some fishy half-bred cat who calls herself a deputy. Does your mother know that you're way out here? I doubt you to prove. Oh wait, sorry love, I forgot she gave you up your kinship. She refused, and now that I mention it, it's really quite a shame. That kinship bond was up and gone, cause you were in her way to rise to fame. You were pushed out of your mother, then her clan, and broke the rules. Sorry dear, looks like you're no more wanted than a toad.
Let me just give it to you straight. This is not a battle you can win. You can't even touch me, best be calling for your living kin. But wait, your airhead mommy up and died and sacrificed in the name of ThunderClan pride, all before you opened your eyes. I won the prize for uncontested greatest, bravest deputy. I survived the rise of Scourge. You had to kick it on the scene. As for being half clan, I don't see no shame in that. Did you manage to forget you're a 1/8 Wind Clan cat?
Well, I'm really not surprised by your overactive mind. See, the truth and lie in your head is combined. Greatest, bravest, more like lamest. Cats follow me cause my courage is contagious. I fought in that war like no one's seen before. Scourge to the floor, Thundercats adore me. Keep this rhythm and rhyme in mind while you sit inside the peace I supplied. You've done nothing more than be a mistake, caused nothing but grief, bloodshed, and heartache. Do us all a favor and go jump in the lake. Come on now, Misty. Is that all you can take?
Ooh, you really want to go there, cuz? Let's talk about lakes where you call it quits. I jumped in to save my kids. You didn't even know your own daughter was in danger. You let her wander off with a stranger? I guess the bad parenting comes with genetics. Your daddy had some issues your mommy couldn't fix. Thanks to him, my litter had to go. Now someone has to deal with his oversized ego. Don't want to rub it in, but you were overhyped. Anyone could tell you it should have been Gray Stripe. Still, you had to have 5 minutes of fame. All in hopes we'll remember your name. Speaking of names, I've got some good news. Or maybe this one will give you the blues. I gotta go now to get my 9 lives. See ya, Whitey, on the other side.
Now we're going to show you the version that we decided to take out and rewrite.
Right.
You're a 1/8 Wind Clan cat?
Well there, little lady, you should probably slow down. I hear it's not a good idea to use up all your words in one round. Airhead mommy, well, I say it fits. Remind me again, I can't recall. What happened to your kicks? Wrong now, little cousin, I most surely have you beat. No need to fuss, no need to fight now that I've made you obsolete.
And yeah, I'm really glad we rewrote it.
Yeah, there's some things that I like. There's some lines in there that I liked, but I think the way I did it, the way I like wrote it and rapped it, it just wasn't good enough. But I think some of the points I might still revisit because I'm like, ooh, sick.
No, it wasn't bad. It was just
slow, and it was not as like it would have. I think it would have dragged everything down if we left it in. So I'm really glad we changed it. Mm-hmm. But, it's still fun to look back and go, God, that was bad.
Yeah, this was definitely the first time where we were like, okay, we need to do some editing. Because before it was like, write it, go. Like, like, let's get it out. But this one was like quality. Because at this point, ERBOW, at least ERBOW 1 was like exponentially just like shooting up there. And we're like, when did ERBOW 1 hit 100K? Like, I feel like it was around this time.
Ago. No.
Really?
It was like after 4.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay. I don't know anymore. Like everything's
a blur.
Right. Okay, so that's pretty much ERBOW 3 behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It was the first one that we took seriously, I think.
Right. It was I think the next stepping stone, because the first stepping stone for number 2 was bringing in new voice actors, and then the next stepping stone in this one was now stepping up in professionality. Is that a word? Like quality, maybe is a better term, but like we were stepping up our game. It wasn't just something silly we were doing anymore. We decided that it was taking off, and we were going to try our best.
We were going to nail it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to see the previous behind the scenes, there is a playlist for that. And watch the next one, of course, when it comes out. This is going to be released on a weekly basis. So come back every Tuesday or Wednesday. I actually don't know when I'm going to. I'm going to say weekly. It's going to be around this time.
Take that with a grain of salt.
Right. You never trust me. Don't trust me anymore. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want more ERBOW goodness, definitely check out our social media.
Absolutely.
And, subscribe to Blitz Me so you can actually watch the, actual ERBOWs when they come out. We are working on number 7 as we speak. And I hope you guys have had a great time learning our secrets. All right. Let's say bye now.
Okay. Bye now.
Bye.